Yo, what's up? Ignore my nose. I just been breaking out really badly because I'm in Springfield right now. It's like really hot here, and I have like no face wash or anything with me, so I've been breaking out really bad because of all the humidity and all that. So, uh, right now it's about 6:30 a.m. I got up. I tried to get out here as soon as the sun rose because I wanted to record a video on this, but I just woke up from like one of the worst dreams possible at like 3:30 a.m. or something or 4 a.m. and I'll describe it in detail because holy shit, this dream was fucking insane. Like usually like I've had bad dreams before obviously and I'd get over them within a couple minutes. This dream was so bad that like an hour and a half later, I was still fucking traumatized over it. I was still traumatized over it like an hour ago, and like I remember I was on WhatsApp. I was texting my girl about the dream, and then like I hear a buzz on my phone, and that fucking jolts me like that, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like this dream is fucking crazy." And let me just explain it to you. So this part is a bit bad for my girl, I guess, but like I explained her the whole story, obviously. But for some reason, this dream started really weird, and it started with me having a different girlfriend, and at the same time, not only was it like that was already bad enough, right? At the same time, it was a girl I've like done things with, not had sex with, but just like done things with, and that's like two bad things already, right? And it's not even like the worst part of the dream, by the way. So like I had this like one just like other girl as my girlfriend, and so that's already bad enough. And then on top of that, there's like all this like we're like at the beach or something like being romantic and all that and like eating food and like having good times and all that. And then at one point, like the good music stops, the good mood stops, and she just looks at me directly like, and then she says, "I'm not this girl's name. What happened to this girl's name?" And I'm like, "How the fuck do you know this?" It's like, like I was like, "What?" Like, and then like I basically had a dream within a dream where the actual girl that I have, like my actual girlfriend, I basically left her to die in the ocean for some reason. Like she got swept away by the ocean. I just like saw it happen, just like didn't stop it. And then ever since that point, I got a new girl, which is like this girl that I was with like previously, like not with, but like did things with previously. And then I basically called her by the name I called my actual girl. So it's like it's a weird thing, right? I'm not sure if that made sense. Hopefully that makes some sense. So like that was weird in itself, right? That's not the worst part of the dream. The worst part of the dream is fucking traumatic. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'll also explain like the lessons I think I learned from the dream and like what I think the point of the dream was. Like I'm not saying that like all dreams have a point, but like I think it's better if I personally take a point from this dream just because otherwise it's just a dream for nothing. So then after that, it's like me and my fake girlfriend, like my imposter girlfriend, I guess, and my dad and sister are driving home on the highway, and for some reason, like Dreamy Sean, like imagined like this like massive like world ending event of like these world ending tornadoes. It sounds stupid, it is stupid, but like I swear to God, when I woke up, like how dreams are. Like dreams can be wacky as fuck, but if you're in them and you just wake up from them, they feel like extremely real. So like imagine like these massive tornadoes, like tornadoes big enough like you can't really see around them, and on top of that, like there's like no floor beneath it. There's no floor, and basically it's just like a tornado with like a black hole at the bottom. It's like a massive, yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. It's a tornado with a massive like black hole at the bottom. Like there's no ground beneath it. It's like literally like tearing up all the ground in the earth like down to the core. So it's just like nothing beneath it, I guess. So then we were driving on the highway. So imagine we're driving straight. A tornado is like in front of us. We're like, what the fuck? Okay, that's already scary enough. But the tornado goes diagonally, and like these tornadoes aren't like slow. These are fast tornadoes. Like they're like usually like bigger tornadoes. I'm pretty sure are slower. Like you can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure they are. But this tornado was huge and it was moving fast. It just like basically went diagonally past us, and we're like, oh, fuck, we just avoided like the biggest like life-ending event ever. And then in the distance, we're like, what the fuck? Is that another tornado coming straight towards us? Like we're driving towards the tornado, and we're like, fuck, fuck. And then the tornado's like speeding towards us, and it's like this massive, like I said, you can't see around it. So all you see is a tornado. You're like, fuck, what do we do now? It's like too late to turn around as well. So then we're all looking at this massive, like world-ending black hole tornado hybrid, like Godzilla thing, and we're all like, fuck, 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 fuck. And then that feeling where it's like you have that dream where like you're falling and like you wake up, you're like that, like you know what I mean, right? It's like that dream where you're falling and like you're your fucking adrenaline and everything spikes up when you wake up, and you like wake up in like a massive jolt. That's what was happening when this tornado came to us. It felt like I got the falling sensation in the dream, but it was like the same fear, obviously. And then, as soon as the tornado hit us, everything just turned white. Like we never got sucked into it. Just everything just turned, like, imagine, completely white. Like no like shades of white. It's just like you're staring into pure white. Okay, so that was already weird in itself, because usually when you have that falling sensation in a dream, the falling sensation usually signifies you're about to wake up. But I didn't wake up at that point. Like this dream is like barely, not even halfway through, and like I already had this falling sensation. And like the falling sensation, I'll just say it right now, this falling sensation continues for like the rest of the dream. Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, at least to me, this dream felt like it lasted hours. So like it continued for a long time. Just like started like building up like that. So then after that, I was basically dead, right? And it's like, imagine like, it's almost like I got teleported to like a "you died" screen, like in a video game, like in Minecraft, where it says "you died," but like there's no like user interface or like no "you died" screen. It's just like a white screen. And like first thing I noticed was that like I couldn't move, and I was like, "Fuck! Like, am I like paralyzed? What is this?" And I was like, "No, I'm not even. I don't have a body. Like, of course I don't. I'm dead." And then I obviously couldn't move my eyes either, and I was like still in that panic mode, because I was like, "Fuck! Like, what is this?" And the first thing I thought of was my family. I was like, oh shit, they're all dead, aren't they? Like, god damn it, man, they're all dead. And I remember, like, I started, like, thinking, like, okay, if I'm conscious, that means they're probably conscious too, right? I don't think I'm the only conscious person that died. So let me try to, like, reach out to them somehow. So I'd, like, the first thing I thought of in my head was, let me call them. But obviously, I don't have my phone with me. But, like, somehow, telepathically, like, a phone just, like, came up into my view. Out like on like how do I explain it? It's like this dream, obviously this dream makes no sense. It's a dream. So like imagine like everything's pitch white. Then I imagined calling them, and a phone just like kind of like just came up, like a massive phone in front of me, and like I wanted to call them to like just because I knew they were dead, but I wanted to make sure like I could still talk to them. And then for some reason, this was annoying as fuck. The phone kept saying, "Dead battery, no connection." Those two specific things. Like I would try to like turn it on. It's sort of like the 1%, then die, be like, no connection. I was like, fuck. And then like this is when I started like panicking, because like this is where the dream gets a bit deeper, because I started feeling so many regrets at this point. I was like, fuck, man, like I wish there was more times I said loving things to my family. I wish there were more times I apologized to my family. I wish there were more things I did that I was proud of for my family. I wish I was able to support them better. I wish I was a better son, a better sister. Did I say sister? A better brother to my sister, etc., etc. And I just like, you know, this is probably the worst part of the dream for me, like worse than the actual tornado itself. Like, because like at this point, the same feeling of like the falling sensation came back, but it was like my like panic of like, fuck, if I can't say these things, then what is left? Like, I can't talk to them. I can't, you know, feel my mom's hug, or like see my sister like laugh, or like any of this stuff ever again. Like, fuck, is it all over now? And it was really sad, actually. Like in the dream, obviously, like I did not have a body, like I said, so like I couldn't move either. I was like, I couldn't actually cry, so like I didn't feel like my throat closing. I didn't feel like tears flowing down my face or anything. But like I was like mentally crying in my head, because I was like trapped in my head. You know, I was like mentally like fucking thrashing. I was like I was panicking, because like I can't call them. Like, fuck, I can't call them. And then I was mentally crying. I was so desperate just for something. And like then at one point in this dream, like my perspective expanded. Like I could almost imagine, I couldn't see them exactly, but I could almost imagine the billions of people that I assumed had died from this tornado, all in like a similar position to me, where they're like stuck in this white space, because we're all alone, right? And they're all trying to do the same thing: call their loved ones, call their friends, call their family, and they're all unable to move, unable to even cry. Actually, they're all just like silently crying in their head, because they can't even like have tears fall down their face as comfort, at least. So like I imagine like billions of people in the same scenario, like all silently crying and silently like, you know, just like thrashing in their mind, and just being so desperate just to have another chance to like make things right with their loved ones. And eventually I stopped mentally thrashing. The falling sensation finally stopped, and I finally just like kind of accepted it. I was like, you know what? I'm dead. Because like, I'll be honest, in this dream I genuinely thought I was dead, because like in the dream itself I was thinking, um, I was genuinely thinking like, okay, usually in dreams, if I die, I wake up pretty soon after. So like, this is not a dream anymore. I'm actually dead now. So like, it's like the actual thing. Like, it's like I thought I was dead for real. So for like hours as well. This part lasted what it felt like hours. So I was like, this can't be a dream anymore. I have to be dead. So eventually I accepted it. I was like, you know what? I'm dead. I've lived an unfulfilling life. I've not done the things I wanted to do to my family, or like with my family, or like treated them how I wanted to treat them. I have not thanked them enough. I have not been grateful for them enough. I have not loved them enough. I have not been a good family member for them enough. And that's when I just like finally gave up. I was like, you know what? Fuck this like telepathical phone that I'm trying to like call them from. Like, do I even deserve to call them? Do I deserve that? Do I deserve to show like even like talk to them anymore? Because why should I? So I had these thoughts in my head. Then eventually I woke up after that, and it's like I had the following sensation the whole time until then, but like I never woke up with that like that thing where you wake up after what you wake up to after you feel the following sensation. I just woke up feeling kind of sad, and like to be honest, I wasn't crying, but I was like mentally crying like I was in the dream. Like I was just like fuck, like this is like so sad. Like I need to like really do better. And like I said again, this dream felt so real, and like I told you in the beginning of the video, I was on edge after this dream for like the next hour and a half or something. So you can tell this is like a very, very impactful dream for me. I was on edge for the next hour and a half. Every time I got a buzz on WhatsApp, like I don't have notifications on, but like if you're on WhatsApp in another chat, then someone else messages in a different chat, then you get a buzz for that. That fucking like jolted me every time. I was like, fuck. Like I was on edge. My adrenaline was spiked. I like couldn't do anything. So I woke up at like 3:30 or 4 or something. Obviously couldn't go back to sleep. So I decided to work on my school community. And you know, I'm not plugging that. I'm just saying what I did objectively speaking. I just like worked on that for a bit for like the past 2 hours. Wanted to record a video about this dream once the sun came out and you could actually see me obviously. So yeah, I'll talk about the takeaways I think from this dream bar. I think the takeaways are to remember that days aren't always guaranteed. Like there's always this mindset of like, you know, one day or day one. I think at this point it has to be day one. There's no other option. There's no or anymore. There's no one day, because one day is never guaranteed. It never is. And we always knew that. We always knew that, right? But this dream basically made it reality for me. Like I thought I died, genuinely. I was dead. I was dead for hours. And if I was, what could I have done about it? Nothing. I would just have to not live, but like die with consciousness, with all the regrets I have of not doing the things I wanted to do with my life and treating the people how I wanted to treat them. So I guess my lesson here I learned from this dream was maybe it's God. I don't know. I'm not like that religious. Like I'm not saying it has to be God. It could be like just my brain telling me to like, you know, wake the fuck up. But yeah, honestly, it's like I just need to really be more loving towards my parents now, because I can't always be loving towards my parents because they're not always going to be here. Same with my sister, same with my friends, same with my girlfriend. Like, I have no explanation for why my girlfriend was replaced by another girl. Like, that made no sense to me because I never had that many feelings for the previous girl. It was never like that. Like, I don't know why it ended up like that. But, yeah. It's just like that's just the message. Like, just to take action now and live your life the way you want to now, because you know, we already knew this. Like I said, tomorrow's never guaranteed. You knew this, but for me it just like finally hit now that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. You could die tonight, you could die in a few seconds, you could die like today. That should scare you, and that should really like make you think like, wow, I need to like, there's a lot of flies around me, sorry, I need to like really lock in. I need to like really do what I want now, because there's nothing guaranteed beyond now. And that's a lesson I think I learned from this dream. So, you know, aside from all the world ending black hole tornadoes and my girlfriend being like switched out for some reason, and for some reason letting her die, like I'm not sure why that happened. I actually have no explanation for that whatsoever. But yeah, I think the main takeaway from the dream is just to, like, if there's anything you want to do, just do it now. Like, there's no point in waiting anymore, because people die every day. Like you know this. People die every day. And you can always know this, but you won't take action unless it actually hits you that people die every day. And like it still doesn't fully hit me yet either. Like I'm not sure that I don't think I'm gonna be like some perfect like, you know, live in the moment guy right after this. It's not gonna change my life forever, but like hopefully we can make steps towards like slowly realizing like shit, man, nothing's guaranteed. And it will always be that way. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you know, me sharing my dream, then you can like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. I don't really care about that. If you want to join my school, it's not linked in the description because YouTube won't let me link things in the description, but it's in the About page, same with my Instagram. And as you always know, the hunt ends when you're full. Mwah.